Here we go again. The same liberal media that told you to opt out of Thanksgiving is now taking aim at Christmas because, yes, perhaps Jesus' big day should be less about togetherness and more about face masks and solo eggnog. They just can't let go of COVID. The Washington Post urging readers to, this is just outrageously horrible, spend Christmas alone and prioritize self-care instead of being with family, when in fact, perhaps being with family is self-care. This, as a New York Times op-ed, also has some breaking news on the virgin birth that maybe wasn't, claiming that Jesus could be a product of rape.
Okay, joining us now to react, Jack Brewer Foundation Chairman and former NFL player Jack Brewer. It's great to see you. You know, part of me wants to mock that kind of headline because it's just so crazy.
It's insane.
But Jack, it actually grieves me that there's this portion of the population that is so hardened against the message of Christmas that it's got to invent op-eds like this. I don't know why, because of what's going on in their hearts, but why are people so militantly opposed to the gospel message of Christmas?
I welcome everyone to open up their Bibles to 2 Peter, 2nd chapter, verse 1. And Peter so eloquently says that, you know, false teachers, which is what this is, will start to talk about destructive doctrine. And this is destructive doctrine. He goes on to say they will even deny their master, the creator. And that's what you're seeing right now. You're seeing prophecy happen right before us. We see our nation taking so many strides towards righteousness after the election of Donald J. Trump. And so we know only thing that you can expect is for the left and these antichrists to come out. If you look up this author and you see, you know, she claims to be a former Christian that has left the faith because Christianity is just too black and white. You know, it's about righteousness. It's about living right. It's about living and believing in God as the one and only true God. And so, you know, Jesus said, you know, he didn't come to bring peace but a sword. And that's what you're seeing right now, is you're seeing that division for people who don't want to accept the true, beautiful, loving nature of Christ. But we all know better than that. And in this nation, I think we're going to say Merry Christmas and be more happy and together than we have in a long time.
You know, it's especially after what we went through with COVID. We remember churches were closed, but you can go to a strip club.
That's right.
That was totally okay.
Right.
Yeah.
This seems to be the trend is that faith, regardless of your faith, we have Hanukkah coming up as well, the nature still of the struggle of the Jewish people around the world, this striking out against people who do not look to government for the ultimate answers for their lives and immorality. That in order to have what you want on earth as someone in power, you actually have to stop people looking to something bigger than ourselves. Isn't that part of it, this kind of ugliness from the left and reliance completely on government and controlling people?
No doubt. That's called the flesh, right? They don't want to dwell in the spirit. They don't want to put their hope in God and their faith in God. They want to put it in their government. And they want to go beyond that. They want to label people. They want to divide us. They have to find some type of identity to attack, whether it's with the Jewish people and attacking them, or if it's with Christians and calling them white nationalists and all these other derogatory terms. That's what they have to do. That left has to play that game. They have to put you in a category and try to define you and bash you if you believe in God. And so it's revealing, and I think people are waking up to it, and I think that's why the nation is moving in the direction that it is.
Jack, let me ask you about this. Apparently, fewer than half of Americans will attend church services this Christmas season. Gosh, I hope there are Americans out there who want to invite their neighbors to church and hear that message preached. How do you preach? What's your reaction to that?
I encourage everyone to find a church, you know, and you know, my bishop, I'm an ordained minister, and my bishop always tells me, don't pass up the church on the way to the building. And so we have to remember that the church is bigger than just those four walls. Go out and serve your community. Go out and serve people. Be the church. Go out and give gifts to the needy. go out and do what Christ told us to do and uplift the fatherless and the widow. You know, on Christmas Day, my organization is flying up to Panama City, and we're hosting an adoption, a Christmas Day adoption that's going to have 3 new little kids with new parents on Christmas Day.
Wow.
And so it's just a glorious
Beautiful.
time for us here, but for this nation.
What a beautiful message on a day when we talk about, for unto us a child is born, for unto us a Savior is given. Jack Brewer, great to see you.
Merry
Thanks for being with
Christmas,
us.
sir. Merry Christmas.